My name is Lawal Aminu Bala, Ph.D., the General Manager, Katsina State Asset Management Agency. First of all, I think we have to acknowledge the fact that Katsina State government is very lucky to have a visionary leader, the governor of the state, His Excellency Malam Dukko Umarada, Ph.D. CON. Out of his wisdom, I see the need for Katsina State assets to have a judicious management they all deserves. The government came with a lot of transformation, and which the government believes that resources need to be judiciously be managed, utilized for the benefit of all and sundry within the state. So out of this effort, the governor come up with a mantra of building your future. And whenever you are trying to see the need for you to build the future of entire state, you want to build the future for their own betterment. And you believe that the current trajectory is not a trajectory that add value to the future endeavor of the members of that state. It is on this basis that the governor come up with a lot of transformation that try to streamline public service and public institutions so that public institutions of the state are performing optimally to serve the members of the state and to bring Katsina State to the front line to among its face within the country. So it's out of this concern that the governor look at the practice, the existing practice of asset management, particularly matters that build of concern, to the government and to general public, but issue relating to attitude of non-maintenance culture. Maintenance culture in public sector has been eroded over time due to so many issues relating to lack of laxity from the side of government over years. And of course, people, public and the civil servant that are custodian or users of those public assets are not so desirous and concerned to put in their best in ensuring that they use those resources effectively and efficiently. Government come up with a concern of how vandalizing public assets, and the lack of maintenance culture has been a factor that triggered the government to say, no, we have to do something, and we have to come up with a proactive measure in ensuring that public assets are managed effectively and efficiently. And of course, the government look at the requirement, so to say, that every state government that prepare any yearly fiscal budget that, according to the requirement of International Public Accounting Standard, require that the government should disclose its assets in the budgetary document. And this shows transparency and accountability. So Katsina State government, under this able leadership of His Excellency, cannot be in isolation and cannot allow Katsina to be left out in compliance with international best practices of good governance. So the governors see the need of ensuring that budgets contain asset figure of the state. And there is no, prior to our coming as agency, there is no singular government body that is charged with the responsibility of managing and maintenance of public assets. So this factor are the bigger factor that inform the government to take a bold decision of ensuring that it streamline functions and activities relating to asset management. So out of that determination of ensuring that the government streamline activities to some body of government or organ of government so that someone or an agency can be held accountable and responsible for their actions or inactions. So these are some of the issues that the government initiate or come up with number of government MDAs that are charged of carrying out specific functions. This is to ensuring that we have good governance and efficiency in service delivery. So these are the bigger picture that inform the government to see the need for setting up Katsina State Asset Management Agency. Our objectives are very clear. As agency, we are charged of ensuring that we carry out robust function of asset management, asset and facility management from our bigger functions as provided in our law. Our law, the law that established Katsina State Asset Management Agency, KTSAMA, empower the agency to carry out this function without any hindrances, without any public and political interference. Now, one of the bigger pillars of our function, we have two pillars that hold our functions. The first pillar is asset management pillar, and the second pillar is facility management pillar. On the asset management pillar, we are charged with responsibility of ensuring that we compile, maintain, and manage asset register for Katsina State. That asset register should be a document or a software or a technology that will host all assets of government with asset quantity, asset classification, asset number for easy tracing, and asset value, so that when we hold that document, can tell you this is what Katsina State is worth in terms of the total asset ownership and asset portfolio of the state. We also have responsibility of ensuring that we do asset preservation and security. This is to say we are charged of ensure that we dance down the menace of vandalization. Prior to our coming, there is no government agency that is tasked of ensuring that it preserve and secure public assets. So we were given this function as agency, and as agency, we believe asset preservation is one of the fundamental issues to us and to the government, because it's only when you preserve and secure what you have that you can be able to retain the value disposition of those assets, and that will give you opportunity to have the total value of asset owned by the state, which of course is a data that can be used for budgetary provision, for economic planning, and many other government decision-making processes. So we are charged to ensuring that we do asset preservation. We're also charged with the responsibility of ensuring that we do risk management. We manage risk element. And then, whenever you are talking about assets, there are risk exposures that expose to assets. So we are charged of ensuring that we manage the risk management of assets of Katsina State government. And in doing so, we have all the strategies of ensuring that we carry out the SWOT analysis, the risk mitigation mechanism in ensuring that the bigger risk exposed that could be exposed to assets of Katsina State government are not really being exposed. So we make adequate provision of ensuring that we protect our assets against any risk that will amount to loss of asset or reduction in value of that asset due to natural disaster. So invariably, the conventional way of risk management, like everyone knows, is risk transfer. When you do risk transfer to conventional professional risk takers who are insurance company. So to us as Katsina State Asset Management Agency, we believe Katsina deserves to have a robust financial mechanism, financial system platform where the state can live and sustainably self-sufficient, devoid of federal government allocation. So it is on this basis that KTSAMA proposed to Katsina State government to set up of Katsina State Takaful Insurance Company, Islamic-based insurance company that going forward will be insuring all assets of Katsina State government. I also have responsibility of ensuring that we optimize assets. That's to ensure that we carry out asset optimization. In asset optimization is an objective or function that will ensure that no asset of government that is idle, redundant, without being utilized. So government give us mandate to ensure carry out asset optimization, which has to do ensuring that all assets of government are optimally are functioning to a higher efficient level they could, so that the government can earn value for money and can use that platform to deliver the service to the citizenry of the state. So we also have responsibility of ensuring we carry out asset audit. Asset audit is aimed at ensuring that we follow MDS and we follow users of asset door to door, of ensuring that none of them is converting public asset into private usage. And the issue of filtrages, by government officials are blocked, are checkmate. And also ensuring that issue of theft and any other unwanted behavior or extorting the system or extorting the asset of government is be ensuring that that menace is put to stop. So this will ensure that every member of the citizen is benefiting from the property belonging to government. And the general public take ownership of asset of government with all sense of commitment and all sense of seriousness. So that the existing practice where general public assume government properties are nobody's properties. So they develop a I don't care attitude, which makes unpatriotic members of the state to be destroying public asset. So these are some of our functions under asset management function. We also have function under the facility where we ensure that we carry out reactive and non-reactive maintenance of public assets. This is aimed at institutionalizing maintenance culture. So the government is very meticulous and very serious about maintenance culture because we believe on the maintenance are issues that make government to spend a lot in governance. It increases the number of overhead costs of government, which of course amount to which hike the cost of governance. So when you have a streamlined function of maintenance to a particular agency, then it means you are centralizing the activity of maintenance to an agency. And that agency going forward of ensuring that we carry out all maintenance of public assets, which include asset refurbishment or infrastructural refurbishment, which entails painting, upgrading of government infrastructure. We also carry out electric maintenance issues, mechanical maintenance. We also carry out horticulture and landscaping to ensuring that we create beautification on public offices. We also carry out issues relating to janitoring services and cleaning services. So all these are our bigger functions under the facility management pillar. So you look at these functions as mentioned, you see that the agency has a bigger task and a bigger responsibility. And when we are trying to summarize our functions as per the law, we can say we have 3 thematic areas of our operation. The first theme is what we call operational theme, where we as agency are responsible to go about carrying out asset census, asset valuation, and revaluation to ensure that we present a financial value of asset that is close to reality. Of some operation theme, like I mentioned, we carry out asset valuation ourselves, we do asset census in our own operation, we carry asset audit, we carry out auctioning and disposal of used and unserviceable items. All these are areas of our own operational functions. We also have an area of advisory functions where we advise government to carry out one activity that to the best interest of state and to our own belief that will enhance optimization and performance of one government MDA or the other. We also have what you call an oversight function where we go out and conduct independent examination, independent verification, forensic audit on public assets under government MDS custody. So these are oversight, just like an audit and audit work or the functions of anti-graft agencies. So we are tasked with ensuring that no government MDA are mismanaging and misusing public assets to the detriment of general members of the state. So this has been our bigger function as agency. As agency, we aim to achieve proper and effective asset management. We also change the orientation and psyche of general public on matter relating to government assets. We are going to engage in massive sensitization and massive awareness campaign for everyone and sundry, or all and sundry within the state to know that attitude of government towards its own asset as it was is no longer the case now. Government is very decisive, very deliberate, and very determinedly determined to pursue preservation and securing public assets in the interest of every member of the state.
What have you done so far, or what have you achieved so far, particularly in the area of asset registry? Because you say you're
it's one. Yeah.
Like, how far have you gone?
Okay, this is a very good question. Like I mentioned, I assume the mantle of leadership of this agency as a pioneer general manager. I set up this agency 6 months ago. I resigned my appointment from Central Bank of Nigeria out of patriotism, out of commitment to contribute our quota to the overall development of our dear state. And of course, this decision is informed by the zeal and commitment of the governor to transform Katsina State. So we believe that the governor deserves lieutenants, deserves people that will support him, people that he have a shared commitment, shared determination, and shared thinking. So that if the governor is going to transform Katsina State at 1,000 kilometers per hour, every member in the governance are working on the same feet, on the same direction. So what we do so far within the 6 months of our coming, ensuring that the agency have a temporary accommodation, office accommodation, and of course within the period under review, we renovate the accommodation to give us a corporate image as a custodian of public assets. We also secure redeployment of key staff that we can set up the office to run the affairs of the agency. So we also pursue that we develop the first budgetary provision for the year 2025 for the agency. And this, of course, I started all this all alone, and I'm grateful that I'm a professional accountant. a chartered accountant with number of professional diversity. I carry out that out of ambition of ensuring that we make adequate provisions to enable the agency to start operating with a good direction so that it can it can shoulder the bigger responsibility given to it by the law. So also within the period under review, see the need of ensuring that we integrate technology in our entire operations. Now, within the period under review, we ensuring that we come up with a robust asset management software that will enable us to carry out all asset management functions, as I mentioned, under the asset management pillar. We also ensure that the software is accommodative or is efficient to enable us to carry out our facility management functions. In that software, going forward, at the comfort of your office, you can set up a complaint that you want KTSAMA to come and fix your plumbing issue or electric issue or any other issue that you are confronting with as head of MDA. All you need to do, you just navigate our software, which is a web enabler, send us a complaint. When you send out a complaint, we evaluate your complaint and send our team who will appear in your agency well kitted with all the apparatus and instruments they require to fix the problem. By the time they fix the problem, you want to see your level of satisfaction. The moment you present to us that you are okay, you are satisfied, then we will charge your board or head of maintenance. And that is amount of money made by the provisions made by government, ensuring that you maintain your office. So these services we offer to you is a consultancy services. We are to serve the MDA on facility management, and this earn the agency a source of revenue. So we are a revenue generating agency. So we're ensuring that bringing technology will give opportunity to present efficiency, accountability, transparency in our own operations. Within the same period under review, we set off a robust asset management strategic plan. And in that asset management strategic plan, it contained everything for the agency to carry out from the first day of my assumption as general manager to the last day, which is going to be 4 years under the stewardship of the agency's operations. So I come up with a strategic plan for 5 years with a breaking down of a series of activity to be carried out in every quarter of every year. God in His infinite mercy, in the first quarter of our operation, which started from February, so we start operation, full operation started in February. So from February to May, we carry out the 15th items that are laying under our first quarter assignment. So it means the way we are going, we are 100% achieved all the goal, all the milestone set aside within the first quarter. So I am optimistic that if we maintain the tempo and we sustain this, certainly KTSAMA will be a reference point. And with some period under review, out of innovation, I believe when you want to manage an asset of government that for many years, for a number of decades, suffered from mismanagement, neglections, so you need a robust approach to do that. And in doing so, I articulate a concept note of 6 innovative ideas. To my belief, that 6 innovative ideas can add to the overall governance of asset and facility of Katsina State. Not only that, it will also place Katsina State on the limelight and to be a reference point to every state of the nation or within the country to consider Katsina as a reference point on matter relating to asset and facility management and effective utilization of resources to ensure that value is added in every aspect of its own operations. So the 6 concept note or ideas that we bring on board ensuring that we do asset management include number 1, advising Katsina State government to establish Katsina State Asset Management GATCO. And this is a security outfit that will be charged with the responsibility of managing entire government premises. So the co will be, going forward, will be charged on ensuring that they carry out daytime surveillance, on government offices, and in the night, they carry out patrol of ensuring that nobody is accessing public asset within public premises with intention to destroy those property. So the GATCO will also be commercialized to our private sector and the federal government MDA that are operating in the state. And so going forward, we develop that, we're ensuring that this is implemented. And second idea is the idea of bringing takaful insurance. We develop concept note for Katsina State to establish takaful insurance company that will be going forward managing all risk element of as is rate to asset. And that takaful we also use as a platform of ensuring that whosoever wants to renew his vehicle license go to Katsina State on takaful. We also design takaful product to our business community, to household for financial inclusion and financial deepening in the state. We also develop a concept note for setting up our Katsina State paint making and furniture making. Now, the essence of paint making and furniture making, we are charged of ensuring that we do asset repurposing and refurbishment, which include painting and renovation of government premises. So we are relying on vendors' paint to carry out that activity. And we are having a policy that will ensure that after a certain period of time, government premises undergo over comprehensive renovation. So we want to have assurance which of the paint can give us opportunity to last within that period of time before we need any renovation. So ensuring that we do quality control, we want to leverage on the abundant mineral resources of kaolin in the state to ensure that we carry out our paint production, which will be commercialized for revenue generation. And for the furniture, we are going to deploy all furniture produced in-house, all furnitures to be used in government MDS. So we create jobs, we harness all the opportunity, and we dance down the hiking of contracts of supply of furniture or any other thing. We also develop a concept note for Katsina State government to upgrade Amana Microfinance Bank to look like a financial technology and payment gateway so that Amana can compete favorably in the market like with like of MoneyPoint and other microfinance that offer digital financial platform. We also develop concept note of ensuring that Katsina State government have a robust waste management. And of course, we create cleaning and maintenance of the entire city state. Now, in this regard, the way it is now, when you look at the whole Katsina town, there is an issue of concern. The way you see refused are indiscriminately disposed in anywhere which create threat to public health and public life. And that does not amount portraying good image of the state. I know SAFA is doing its best, ensuring that it offers cleanest environment in the state. But the work before them is too much. And the law that established KTSAMA give opportunity to do sewage maintenance and waste management. So in our area of waste management as an agency, we develop an idea of dividing the city into three grades. Grade A contains the GRA and the new GRA, and grade B contains area of Barhin Estate, Fatima Shema, and Sedona Estate. We also have grade C. In the grade A is where we are ensuring that we deploy service providers, facility management companies that will ensure we create landscaping, natural landscaping, beautification, constant evacuation of refuse, and ensuring that we create mini park. That is the front line of the state, which carry out the overall image of the state. Whosoever come to Katsina City, we want him to interact with the grade A, and that grade A will showcase the Katsina and its potentials. So these are the bigger ambition that we brought on board as managers of asset and facility of the state. We are optimistic that this is doable and this can be achieved.
We have a lot of questions, but for want of time. Finally, as you said earlier, there was no agency responsible for this kind of management that you're doing now.
Yeah.
There must be challenges.
Certainly.
For a new agency like yours.
Yeah.
How far have you been able to deal with the challenges? What are the challenges?
Believe me, by training, I have first to start degree in entrepreneurship. And entrepreneurship people are people that always confront challenges and risk deliberately and intentionally. It's not without challenges. There are a number of challenges. One of the bigger challenges we're facing as agency is working of people that you don't have shared commitment, shared determination, shared capacity, and intellectual prowess to carry out this assignment. So up to today, I think if not the opportunity given by His Excellency for the agency to present its own challenges before Katsina State Executive Council, we have facing problem of working with unprofessional manpower. Even though the current manpower of the agency were redeployed to set up the agency. And as a management, we believe we want to set up a robust manpower with all the technical expertise to carry out this assignment. And second challenge, so to say, even that, I appreciate His Excellency. He takes a bold step in ensuring that he respond and address that bigger challenge. the challenge that limited our inability to implement most of our operations efficiently from the period of our coming to date is the issue of administrative and bureaucratic bottlenecks. Initially when we came, majority of government offices make their doors open to us, giving us all the welcoming faces and enable us to have access to adequate information. I think, I don't know, somehow, somewhere, after we present our first budget, and many believe that no, so they bring about issues related to resistance, they don't want to cooperate. And I know, by virtue of training, I know change management is a Herculean task, because whenever you are bringing change, there are people that are compatible with the old system, and people that believe in status quo, they don't want they are resistant to change. And sometimes they can be beneficiaries of old system. A new system will either create opportunity for or threaten their official status or recognition or material gain. As agency, as a leader of the agency who earn a doctor of philosophy in business management and entrepreneurship, I know how to manage change issues effectively. And I learn to relate and work with whosoever is in government in a most diplomatic manner so that we can achieve goal congruence. We are all working ensuring that Katsina State is a better state and is a reference point in governance. So, like I mentioned, I appreciate His Excellency. So to say, I don't have anything, to complain now, because all the courage, all the support, all the gingering we have gained, we have gotten all that from His Excellency. For the general public of Katsina State, we have to thank God Almighty Allah and find ourselves lucky to have such a determined, courageous, and focus-minded leader who is very young, agile, and ready to face the challenges for the betterment of our dear state and for the betterment of the general public in the state. I want to call on you as citizens of Katsina State to appreciate the policies and programs that are aimed of ensuring that we achieve quality of life, and as citizens of the state, we became reference point to everyone in the country. The government is doing everything within its law, within its resources, in ensuring that Katsina is a better place and members of Katsina enjoying the highest level of dividend of democracy. Now, in doing so, I urge you, we are appealing to you, this state belongs to us. We don't have any state beside Katsina. Let us change our conduct and attitude on public asset. Government assets belong to all of us, but that doesn't mean that we go about destroying them. If this destructive attitude is what has been the practice of the people before us, I assure you by now we cannot find a farm to cultivate our crops. We cannot have a road to go about doing our businesses. We will not find schools to go about pursuing our academic and educational pursuit. I urge you to handle public asset with all sense of seriousness and with all sense of patriotism. Katsina belongs to all of us. We are going to held accountable and responsible for the needs and aspirations of the unborn generations. We are here to safeguard and preserve the desire, needs, and aspirations of future generation. No one to secure their future than all of us. Safeguarding public asset is functions and the responsibility of every one of us. As young people that were entrusted to this assignment, I am sure youth of my caliber will join hand with KTSAMA in ensuring that we carry out sensitization, we educate general public on the need to safeguard and preserve public assets. Like I'm always saying, if you destroy the primary school in your village, you remove a roofing sheet of the primary classroom of your village, of our own village, or if you destroy the primary health center in our village, we are the one to benefit, to access healthcare services in that community. We are the one to send our children to get educated through that primary building or institution provided by government. It is our responsibility to ensure that government resources are able resources that deserves to be utilized effectively and efficiently. We need to task and ensuring that we utilize that to our own betterment and to the betterment of the next generation. Government had did all that it could, and we urge you in the name of God Almighty Allah, the religion of Islam is a religion that institutionalized preservations and maintenance of wealth and property. In fact, subguiding of wealth and property is one of the fundamental objectives of Sharia. They are there in the Maqasid Sharia. They are pillar and fundamental pillar of tenets of religion of Islam. In the name of God Almighty Allah, I urge all of us to support the government, ensuring that we secure our public asset. We should desist from going about destroying our public asset. These destructive are going to be accountable. We are going to be held ourselves accountable and responsible in the day after. God Almighty Allah will ask all of us on our conduct on public asset. And you cannot be forgiven by God Almighty Allah when you destroy our resources of many people, unless you seek for them to forgive you. If they do not forgive you, even the unborn, you have to seek for his forgiveness before the God Almighty Allah will forgive you. So this is animals, and this is our message to you, to generality. We appreciate you most sincerely, and we look forward to see your cooperation in carrying out, in making Katsina the best state and reference point of asset and facility management. I remain Lawal Aminu Bala, Ph.D., the General Manager, Katsina State Asset Management Agency. Thank you so much. I appreciate you most sincerely.